Hi guys! Today I wanted to do a thoughts at the end video about my Sonia Kashuk Flamingo blush, which is super dead. You can kind of see the last little bits of it in the corners, but it's not enough for me to actually get it out and make a look, so it is completely finished in my opinion. Also, if you like the look on my face, I did it in one of my one palette look videos. I will try and link it up above. And let's get into it. So, I think this might have been one of the first and potentially only drugstore. No, I have more. This is one of the first drugstore blushes I got. When I started doing makeup, I got into foundation and eyeshadow first, and I started doing brows because my eyeshadow looked kind of funny without it, and it took me quite a while to get from, blanking out my face with foundation and doing eyeshadow and brows to like adding on blush and highlight and using any kind of lipstick consistently. I still don't really use lipstick all the time. This is an outlier. I'm gonna try. I'm working on it and like actually using my lipsticks because I have a lot that I like, but that's a whole other issue. So I was in Target, I think, and I was like, I need a blush. I'm super corpsey pale, and I think it would help me look less dead if I had blush. So I need to start getting into it, and it had this beautiful baby pink, and I was like, that can't be that horrible, and I got it home, and I put it on, and it was lovely. It was this gorgeous flush of color that just worked. It was nice enough that it showed up, but it also wasn't overwhelming. This is a really good starter blush, and I might have to at some point go and get more of her colors. Probably not this color specifically. Actually I have the other one right here, because the more I used it, the more I realized it's basically the same look on me as the In-Stain blush in Argyle from the Balm Cosmetics, which I have in this Balm of Your Hand palette, and once I get some usage on those, I'm probably going to pick up the full size of that one, just because it took less product to put the In-Stain blush on my face and have it stay all day than to get the Sonia Kashuk to the level I wanted, which was part of it. I used this a couple times, and I think I got another blush that I liked better, or I just picked up some other stuff. I think that's around when I got the ColourPop blushes, and this just ended up sitting in a drawer. For some reason, I was just really in the mood of putting on cream blushes with my fingers, and I loved it, and this wasn't interesting enough. So I stopped using it, and by the time I picked it back up, I had been using other blushes that were much more pigmented, so I was unimpressed with the level of pigment in this, which this is buildable. I apparently didn't want to take the time for buildable in the morning, so it just kind of kicked around, even though it was a really nice color, a good formula, just not the formula I at the time wanted, and like a really versatile color. So I ended up throwing this in my project Use It Up this year. I did use it up. Just because like it's just sitting there, there's nothing wrong with it, I just need to get it done and out of my collection so I can put in other blushes I'm excited about. And this is really versatile. The more I used it, like I started this one and my ColourPop Rain at the same time, and I think I had more usage on the Rain, and this one is still being used up. Whereas I killed this one. This one goes with so many looks. It's a very useful, I wish I had versatile, but that's what it is. It pairs really well with a lot of different looks. It can work as a nice little pink with a warmer look, although I tend to enjoy these more corally orangey blushes, like I got this one today. It works with warmer looks. It works kind of lighter with some, if you're doing bright colors, it doesn't pull too much attention, it doesn't get clownish. It also works with cool toned looks and helping it not get too corpsey and too cold. I really like this, and I'm glad that I like it. I really was worried that I was just picking up a bunch of stuff. I tend to lean more towards higher end makeup, because if I'm spending that much money on something, I do a lot of research, I check on the formula, on the colors, and if I've spent, $40 on a blush, I'm gonna use it. I will use that blush. But if I only spent like, I think this was like $6, maybe, you know, under $10 on a blush, unless I love it, I'm less pushed to use it. And before I got into panning. So now I'm trying to use things up, not just use the ones that I either spent a bunch of money on or like I am itching to use. Like this blush on my face is drugstore, and I'm generally itching to use it. I really like how it turns out. It looks really nice, and it does remind me to use it, whereas this one, before I panned it, I would have thought it was nothing special, but it actually is a really nice blush to have. So, thoughts on this? I shouldn't be negative on my products just because they're drugstore. I tend to have that mindset of, oh, it's only drugstore makeup. Drugstore makeup can be really nice. And having a color the way this one was, that was buildable and stayed. Like, it did stay all day on your cheeks. It was really nice. And I keep forgetting that the drugstore, from when I first started makeup or when I was like thinking about makeup, has really upped their game. Their formulas are really nice. Their color selection is getting more interesting. Like, it's becoming less of a gap between drugstore level makeup and meteor higher end. So, like, I'm pretty sure you can get some really nice dupe colors for, like, Urban Decay and The Balm and whatever. You can get those types of colors at the drugstore, and the formula is pretty nice now. So, I have to open my mindset up to drugstore makeup, which is also dangerous, because that means I might buy more makeup because it's going to be good and cheap. But yeah, I need to plan the drugstore more. And I need to probably pick up some more of these colors. So, things you learn while panning. That I have prejudices. And I really shouldn't, because stuff like this, like, I know I like NYX. I tend to like the Makeup Revolution stuff. Why did I think this was not going to be awesome? Silly me. But, thanks for watching. If you have any products that you had similar revelations while panning or using up, let me know. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later.